In the small village of Iguta, there lived a renowned fisherman named Ozoemena and his wife, Omelebele. They were blessed with 6 daughters, all of whom followed in their father's footsteps, learning the art of fishing, except for the youngest, Ugoma. Unlike her sisters, Ugoma had no interest in the waters. She was drawn to the land, to the soil, and to the quiet toil of farming. At the tender age of 12, Ugoma approached her father with a bold request, a small portion of land to cultivate. Amused but indulgent, Ozomina granted her wish. While her sisters set out to fish, Ugoma would gather her farming tools and disappear into her fields. She was a solitary child, uninterested in companionship, despite the village mothers urging the children to befriend her. Ugoma, however, remained steadfast in her solitude. Year after year, season after season, Ugoma's harvests were bountiful, beyond what anyone in the village had ever seen. Whispers of envy and curiosity spread like wildfire. How could one girl yield so much? What secret did she hold? As she grew into adulthood, Ugoma's beauty surpassed even that of her 5 sisters. She became the most desired maiden in Iguta, yet she refused all suitors. Her wealth and skill in farming made her famous, drawing people from distant lands who were willing to pay any price for her to cultivate the lands. Some villages envied her, others admired her, but all agreed on one thing: Ugoma was different. What they didn't know was that Ugoma had made a pact long ago. One fateful morning in her childhood, on her way to her farmland, Ugoma encountered an old woman who handed her a mystical black rope. "If you wish to be the greatest farmer, take this," the woman had said. "But beware, the price is steep. You must never marry, never bear children, or your secrets will be revealed." Eager to prove her worth, Ugoma accepted, never fully understanding the weight of the burden she had taken upon herself. Over the years, she kept to herself, distancing from the village, ensuring that no one uncovered her secret. No one suspected, except one man. Uzoekina, a skilled hunter, often crossed paths with Ugoma before sunrise. He found it strange that she ventured out alone so early and returned only after nightfall. What kind of maiden has no fear of the dark? He often wondered. Curiosity gnawed at him, and one morning he decided to follow her. He trailed Ugoma silently, careful to stay hidden. When she sensed someone behind her, she paused, scanning her surroundings. Seeing nothing, she continued. Uzochina climbed a tree nearby and watched as she reached her farm. What he saw next sent chills down his spine. Ugoma unwound the black rope from her waist, chanting incantations as she tied it around her farmland. Then, from the shadows, 3 figures emerged, half human, half beast. Their bodies were like those of maidens, but their faces bore the grotesque features of pigs. These creatures were the source of her miraculous farming abilities. They tilled, sowed, and harvested at an unnatural pace. Terrified, Uzoichina climbed down and ran to the village, gasping out his discovery. Skeptical but intrigued, the villagers followed him to Ugoma's farm. There, they found her working alone. Furious, they turned on Uzoichina for deceiving them, but he remained calm and began walking around the farm. Ugoma's heart pounded. "Uzoichina, what are you doing here? And why have you brought the villagers?" she demanded. Without a word, he lunged and grabbed the black rope, slicing it with his hunting knife. A blood-curdling scream tore through the air as Ugoma collapsed. In an instant, the 3 monstrous beings materialized before everyone's eyes. Horrified, the villagers recoiled, realizing the truth. Ugoma's success had come at a supernatural price. But before they could react, the creatures turned on the villagers. Their screeches were deafening, their fury unbridled. The very beings that had blessed Ugoma with prosperity now raged with vengeance. The land around them trembled. Crops withered instantly, the once fertile soil turning to dust. The villagers ran, but the creatures were relentless. One by one, they dragged the villagers into the fields, their grotesque hands sinking into their flesh, absorbing their life essence. The air reeked of decay and fear. The village chief, having heard the commotion, arrived with the warriors. He called upon the village priest, who began chanting powerful incantations. The creatures shrieked as the words burned through the air like fire, weakening them. But Ugoma, despite her weakened state, let out a chilling laugh. "You fools, you think you can undo what has been done? The land is already cursed. If I cannot have it, neither will you." With the last of her strength, she dug her nails into the soil and chanted one final spell. The earth groaned, splitting open beneath her. The ground swallowed Ugoma whole, and with her, the creatures vanished. The farm, once abundant, became a barren wasteland. Silence fell over the village. The once prosperous Iguta was now a cursed land where nothing would ever grow again. From that day on, the village elders warned their children never to seek power beyond their understanding, for the price of forbidden knowledge was always far greater than one could bear. And so, Ugoma's name lived on, not as a tale of triumph, but as a dark legend, whispered under the cover of night, a chilling reminder of the harvest that should have never been reaped. Please like and subscribe for more interesting stories.